Book your driving lesson now at dla-driving.co.uk. Sponsored by DLA Driving Schools.
Didn't think we were going to miss this one, did you? Thank you for joining us on our very, very brief preview of our weekend fixture. I think the one that we've been waiting for, and the one that can actually redeem Rob a little bit this weekend. You know who's coming to town. We don't have to mention him too much. But me and Steve are going to have a little chat. Hi, Steve. Thanks for coming up, by the way.
Please see you, Dave.
Yeah, Steve and I are going to have a little chat to just preempt what we feel might happen at the weekend and just get us in the right sort of mood. A quick 20 minutes. And obviously, we didn't invite anybody from Watford to come along and chat with us for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Firstly, Steve, I just want to know, did you listen to me on Three Counters the other day?
Yes, I did. On my way into work, I thought he was outnumbered, to be honest with you, Dave. I thought it was a little bit harsh on you.
I should have realised beforehand that I was going to speak to the Watford bloody supporter, DJ, whatever his name was. I can't remember his name now. No. That's very disrespectful of me, but, you know. I did get stitched, though.
Yeah.
Totally stitched.
Yeah, that's right. And then they throw a little quiz at the end onto you as well.
Yeah, I was in a hotel room in London and I was looking out the window and then he said quiz and I went, oh, bollocks. You know, they're bound to ask me stupid questions. But Steve, I'm going to set you up with a little quiz before the end of the show.
Okay.
All right, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Look, we're all excited. Can't wait for Kenilworth Road to be rocking. If there's any day that you're going to wear your colours to Kenilworth Road, it's got to be Saturday. Come in your colours, come with your voices. I know we don't need to tell you that because it is such an important game for us. What are you thinking? How are your thoughts right now?
The apprehension's building, but do you know, it's a bit like playoff games. You know, it's a horrible build-up, but if you do win, then it's probably the best thing that happens in football. I know that everyone's going to be up for it. The fans will undoubtedly be up for it. Hopefully the players can feed off that. You know, there's been a lot that's already been massively spoken about, but, you know, I think start of last week or start of this week, it's almost everyone's sort of hoping and thinking, right, draw a line under it, season starts here, back to basics. We heard Berkey saying about it, and hopefully get back to what we have been.
The crescendo is happening. We're starting slowly. It's building up. The club are plugging it a little bit more. You know, we're all getting a little bit excited. And then today, their manager comes out and says he wants to hurt us more. Isn't that great? Wouldn't you just pin that in the dressing room? Wouldn't you pin that up? Wouldn't you play that to the players and go, don't let this so-and-so
certain things are said and written by people with the intention of sort of getting their side real sort of motivated, but it backfires. And yeah, that could, hopefully, if everything's going well, that could backfire and gee us on even more.
Did you see what Rob said in a release? I think it was a Sky press release today, when he was asked the same sort of question. He was really good about it because obviously, look at your Watford connection. Are you feeling whatever?
Yeah.
And he went, I am a manager Luton and I feel like a Luton fan.
Yeah, that's right. I think he played it absolutely perfectly. And it's getting a little bit boring. He used to be the Watford manager. I think half of the world have been a Watford manager at some point, to be honest with you.
That's true. That is so true.
I think that story's getting a little bit boring. You know, we've moved on from that, you know, quite a long time now, to be honest with you. I think he is really keen. I think he really wants it. Now, last Friday evening, I thought, right, I need to cheer myself up football-wise. So I put on the Luton-Sunderland game. Yeah. And I think that's quite highly regarded as one of our most complete performances with regards to not bullying, but dominating physically, the press tempo and everything like that. It was a real complete sort of performance on and off the pitch. Now, the starting team for that night was Horvath. We've now got Kaminsky. I think most people say that is an improvement. That's an upgrade.
I agree with that. Yeah, Kaminsky's been brilliant.
Yeah, exactly. We had a back three of Bell, Lockyer and Osho. Then we had Drame and Doherty wing backs, and Mpanzu, Nakamba, Clark, Morris and Adebayo up front. Now, 7 of those starting lineup are still playing regularly for us. Obviously, we got Lockyer as well. So there's 8 people. Still about Kaminsky. I think Osho is a big miss for us.
Yeah,
I do. I think
I agree.
I think his physicality. I know he had an injury in him, but I think his physicality and his pace. I think we miss him. I don't think that we've replaced him particularly well, and I also think we're missing Drame at the moment because I don't think we're getting the most out of Watford. You know, young lad, etc., etc. But that game, you saw how high up Drame was sort of pushing. He was right on their fullbacks. You know, almost up on the attacking line. You know, it was crazy how far up they were. But what I'm trying to say, Dave, is nearly all the personnel are still there. We are so close to getting back to what we could be if that's the path that we decide. And I really hope it is, because that night, you know, I know Sunderland had some players out, but I think that was really complete, and I think we dominated it. But the desire, if all the same people,
desire.
all the people are still there, they need to get that bug back.
We need the same desire of that game, and the same time when we played them before at home after the spanking we got at their place.
Yeah,
we need that attitude, don't we? We need. I hate to say it, but we need the old Luton back, don't we? The one that's really going to go out and put in a couple of heavy challenges. And
yeah, you shouldn't say, "Oh, I hate to say it," you know, because
I feel that Luton is Luton. You know,
yeah, but that's been our identity for what now, maybe sort of 5 or 6 years, really, and you know that is what oppositions have come to expect of us, and you know it was good. I mean, I think there was periods in the past where there was so long where we were getting bullied by teams, or we were naive and we were getting pushed around, and I just think that edge that we've sort of developed over the last 5 or 6 years, I think it's really leveled that playing field, and I've liked it, to be honest with you.
Would you start, if they're both fit, of course, because we don't know who's fit, who's not fit right now, would you both start both Morris and Adebayo up front? Because I think, personally, I would.
Yeah, you know, it is a difficult one. I was listening to the Three Counties Luton side of their pod sort of earlier this evening, and they're expecting Watford to go sort of really quite sort of strong and physical defensively. So I think they're expecting both of them to play. I don't know. We've said about Joe Taylor playing, and probably ideally with Morris. I don't think that this is the game for that at all. I think we have to go in as strong as possible, and I think that does still represent those two up front. You know, and let's say Elijah gets an early one, or a couple of good touches, or you know, something to really G him on. The crowd are going to be behind him, and you know, you see players' confidence just snowball really quickly.
Just want that early tackle.
Yeah.
You want that early big striker against one of their players, saying, "Look, you're in the game already."
Yep.
And, you know, we all dream of an early goal, but if we could get an early goal in this game particularly, it's going to put us on the front foot a little bit more, isn't it?
It does, but I find myself being even more nervous then. So, you know, sometimes you can't win with me. But no, an early goal will be great.
Well, it'll settle the squad down. It'll settle the team down a little bit more.
Yeah, it will. And
give them a bit more. But I mean, I don't think they don't believe they can win. That'd be silly. But it'll give them a bit more belief that we're going to push this one on and...
Yeah,
because I hate to say it, we haven't had that brilliant performance at home yet.
No, we haven't, and there hasn't been that tempo and that drive. And you know, when you say get in amongst them, it doesn't mean kick 7 bells out of them. It means, you know, beating them to the tackle. You know, the likes of Nakamba and Strauss. You know, the way they can get in early, get in attack quickly. Doughty at Millwall away, the amount of times he intercepted the ball, he was ahead of the guy that was marking him, and we need to be first to the ball. Again, we've spoken before about people waiting for the ball to come to them. Attack the ball. It's got to be attack and aggression controlled, whether you're going to receive the ball or whatever.
I always have those nerves.
Yeah.
This game in particular, this fixture in particular, throughout my life, I've turned up at these games and gone, oh, what if they score? When we went to Vicarage Road last time, it was horrendous.
Yeah.
It was horrendous for all, you know, for every single reason of that game was horrendous.
Yeah.
But then I've been at home and watched Luton lose to
them.
To them, and also not play very well. I mean, I think I said on the pod the other week for the 4-0 one, I wasn't there because I was ill.
Yeah.
And I mean seriously ill. And that was my only excuse. Otherwise, I would have been there.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to endure that game. I don't want one of those. That's not going to happen, is it?
Well, you would hope not, because I think Watford fans are equally wary about it, because they will all tell you that they've been shocking away from home.
But they're going to be coming to Kenilworth Road with some confidence, aren't they? They look at their points tally, whether it's got a home or away. I mean, they've had some good results.
I would imagine that they're going to think that if they can get the first one and a really fast start, that the fans might turn it, and it could be a real sort of volatile occasion for the Luton players.
Well, that's exactly what Cleverley's going to say to his players, isn't it? He's going to sit there and go, if you get out there, if you get those first few, if you score first, then this crowd is going to turn on their own team.
Yeah.
I beg you, people, don't turn on your own team. That is when we need to be behind the team more.
Yeah.
But I'm sort of quietly confident we're going to give them a really good game.
Yeah, undoubtedly, because I don't think, we've sort of questioned sort of professionalism or desire sort of occasion in the past. If you're not up for this game, then, there's no point even being a professional footballer. I'm not saying that you've got to be a Luton fan, to be honest with you. It's a derby game. Surely all the players will know, and they will know that it's going to be a heightened atmosphere, and that they're going to get the support, but they've got to then react to it and put in a performance.
They always talk about derby games and what are the best derby games in the country, and they always go to the same old fixtures.
Yeah.
They leave this division alone, mostly.
Yeah.
But for me, this one is way up there. And as a Luton supporter, I would say that. But the atmosphere at these games is electric, it's hostile. Yeah, it's everything a derby should be.
Yeah, there's a desperation not to lose. And even if you don't sort of come across fans of the other side on a day-by-day basis, there's just that level of desperation that you so want to win. You really want to win that one. And, if we put in a good performance and we win,
the weekend is brilliant.
Yeah, the weekend is brilliant, because it's an early kickoff, which gives us plenty of time to
celebrate in the pub on the way home.
Well, I was going to say keep hydrated afterwards, but
celebrate in the pub. You drink whatever you want.
That's it. But
I stopped drinking yesterday. I'll be on it if we win. It's vodka, isn't it?
Well, it could be, because you can't really smell vodka. So fair play.
Sorry, if you're not watching on YouTube, you won't see what Steve just did there, but. I guarantee he was sniffing a bottle of water.
But no, I mean, Rob Edwards is definitely going to want to win this one. And if it can be with a really good Luton performance, I think that would be great. Because, 99.99999% of Luton fans really want this to turn around, because, Edwards is very highly regarded by all the fans. We've had that almost honeymoon period for a season and a half now. No one wants this to decline and sort of, be booing and, looking to change the manager. Maybe one or two. The
club are not going to change the manager. I think, those stupid rumours that came out the other week, and the club knocked that on the head pretty quickly by just saying he's getting ready for Derby Day. And I thought, brilliant, because, there will be people that don't like the way he plays. But is he going to change the way he plays, or is he going to make our club better? I think over the long term, he's here to stay. Mm-hmm. He'll make the club better. And I really, really want him to succeed, because...
Yeah, I think nearly everyone does. But, whether you want to play an expansive game or a more passing game, that's fine. It doesn't mean you have to stop the real high-tempo press, aggression when you haven't got the ball.
I genuinely believe... the players realise what they've got to do this time. They realise how they've got to play. They realise what it means. And there is a few players there that are going to revel in this, and there'll be players that not have experienced this at this level before.
I think it could be a bit of an eye-opener for Walters, to be honest with you. That would be his first Luton-Watford one, but it's an opportunity for players to become legends. I mean, Benjamin... great header, and that was our first win of the season. and that was November time in that game. I mean, how he managed to bend the header,
Who knows?
No, exactly. But
Wayne Turner.
Yeah, but
do you remember? Look at Wayne Turner's goal against them in the cup.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. But that was second replay as well. I think that one.
Back at our place.
But what I'm saying about Benjamin is, apart from that, didn't do an awful lot for Luton, but
doesn't matter.
Everyone remembers him. So this game in isolation can make you long in the memory.
Have you got any other favourite ones before we sort of run this up? Obviously, you've got to talk about Matthew Springs' goal, haven't you? Well,
that was an absolute dream. I mean, what a strike. There was the 4-2 that we won, where for some reason we were sort of on the side of the pitch
because they'd knocked the other bloody.
Well, it still stood there anyway. But no, I think Scott Oakes got one.
Telford
took it down. Yeah, Telford got one. Yeah, but that was a good one. But yeah, there's been some brilliant.
Doesn't matter as long as we're scoring, right?
Yeah.
The penalty that Adebayo won.
Yeah,
that was during lockdown.
That was during lockdown. Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
I mean, and you think, Collins, he's got to have some balls on him, hasn't he? Because he came on because Adebayo was injured. First stroke, wrong side, but put the keeper the wrong way. Brilliant.
We sound quite excited here, Steve. What's going on?
Well, as I say, since I watched the Sunderland game, which was great because my dad came round for the evening, fell asleep for half of it. He woke up and he's going, "Oh, this is a good game. Luton are playing well, aren't they?" I thought, I'm not going to tell him, but this game's 2.5 years old.
That's a good one. Obviously, super excited. I don't know what you guys are doing when you're out there pre-match or whatever else, but we're out for an early breakfast, and wear your colours. That's the first thing. The first thing I said, the last thing I'm going to say. Steve, like when I was on 3 Counties and I got stitched up by the old Watford DJ.
Yes.
And he asked me a couple of questions and he put me on the spot and I weren't thinking very straight. But one he said to me was, who's won more games? Luton or Watford?
Oh, I know this one.
Do you? Okay, so we've had 122 games.
Yeah. 122.
How many do you think Luton have won? I'll give you within 3.
Okay. Well, as my surname is Hines, I'm going to go 57.
I'll give you within 2. You can choose. You go 2 up or 2 down.
Down.
55. 55. How many have Watford won?
Well, I know it's less, which is the only important.
That'll do.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't made 40 yet.
Oh, there you go.
I'll give you 2 up or 2 down.
I'll go 2 up.
You stupid boy.
You stupid boy, Pike. Yeah.
What was the biggest win from Luton?
Well, I did sort of look this up
because you knew I was going to ask a question.
Yeah, exactly. It's 5-0.
5-0.
So I know Watford got
you?
that 4-0 win at our place all those years ago, but 5-0, and it was way back in. When was it? A hell of a long time ago. 26 was it?
Yeah, I thought you were just predicting the future.
Yeah. Well, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? To the centenary of that one, do it again in 2026.
No, let's not, because I'd rather we be in a division above them again.
Okay,
that would be cool. Look, if you're listening on Spotify, you won't see what we're going to leave you with on YouTube. So if you want to click over there and log on and like and subscribe, that'd be really good. If you're watching on YouTube, we're going to leave you with a couple of goals.
Stick behind them, though. Okay, yeah. If things go a bit rocky, stick behind them.
Enjoy them. Enjoy the game. We're back for the Monday night podcast, which will be released on Tuesday. See you soon. Take care.
Come on, town.
Turn away from Jacket. In for Brian Steed. He's there. Beautifully taken.
Finally got the equaliser their play deserved. Foster this time could do nothing as Ahmed Berkovic rolled the ball home and enjoyed the moment in front of his own fans.
And in well, and again, Luton away with the ball. Dean Crow's got to stay onside, and that's a wonderful strike by Matthew Spring. He didn't need him. What a strike by Spring. And Luton lead by a goal to nil.